It's Rivalry Week, Judah. Rivalry Week. We got a lot of big games today, big matchups. I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah. Turkey. I actually got sick, but it was still good.
It was good. Yeah, Judah and I are a little late on the show this week. We're trying to get this in before the noon kickoff games. He and I were both kind of down and out yesterday.
Yep.
A little sick.
That's fine.
We're okay.
Yeah, we're fine.
All right, you want to get right to it? We got a lot of games, and we got to get this in before noon.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Come on.
Here we go with week one. Okay, game one. We got Tennessee versus Vanderbilt. What do you think, Judah?
Well, Vanderbilt has obviously had a struggling season. I think it'd be great if they could win this game, but I think Tennessee's going to be hungry against their rival.
Yeah, he thinks that'll be an easy win for Tennessee, and I agree. Okay, big matchup with Florida and Florida State. Interesting game for both teams for several reasons. Go ahead, Judah.
Okay, one of the 7 reasons. If Florida wins, they get bowl eligibility, which would be good for them. Florida State. I think this game is going to be close because if you're a Florida State fan, you're probably sad because your starting QB, Jordan Travis, is out for the season, which is going to be hard. Keep an eye on the ACC Championship next week. Florida State is going to beat Florida just by a little, though.
All right. I think you have some good thoughts on that game. Kind of sad that Florida State lost their quarterback, but we'll see how that pans out. Okay, Georgia and Georgia Tech. What do you see here, bud?
Well, minus the Tech, Georgia versus Georgia, so it's going to be an interesting game. No, just kidding. Anyways, Carson Beck and Brock Bowers. I think Brock Bowers isn't going to have an explosive game today. I think it's going to be all Ladd McConkey. Ladd McConkey is going to have a good game. This is always one of the best rivalries. I think it's going to be a really fun one. But I think Georgia is going to go back-to-back perfect seasons. Trying to go for the thing.
Ooh, man. Georgia is rolling right now, and they look scary. Okay, this one could be interesting. Clemson, South Carolina.
Whoa, Clemson, they've had a really tough season. But they bounced back, beat Notre Dame, they beat North Carolina, and they're both on 3-game win streaks. South Carolina just came off a big win against, let's just say, they beat us. Clemson is going to be on the road tonight, but the Gamecocks are going to be bowl eligible.
Ooh.
And they're going to win.
The SEC
Go
is
Gamecocks.
going to defeat the ACC is what Judah is thinking. That'd be an upset. Okay, Washington State and Washington. Let's head out west.
Well, this is one of the best West games. Washington State has been ranked earlier this season. They fell back in the rankings just because I think they started to lose a lot of games. Now, Washington, if they lose, Oregon will jump up, and I think will go to 5th if Florida State wins. If Florida State loses, Oregon will be into the playoffs because Oregon beat Oregon State last night. Now, I think Washington's going to win. That's going to be tough for Oregon to jump into the playoffs, but go Washington.
Go Washington. He thinks Penix Jr.
Keep an eye on the Pac-12 championship next week.
Next week. That will be interesting with some conference championships. Okay, Texas A&M and LSU.
Well, my Heisman candidate, yeah, and Jimbo Fisher, he fired him for $78-point-something million. It was crazy. Jalen Daniels, Lacey, Malik Numbers, they're all going to have them bipping and bopping, and they're going to beat Texas A&M. Here comes the bipping and bopping.
Yeah, I think you're right. Texas A&M had a disappointing season, and LSU is doing just fine. All right, Judah. Kentucky, Louisville. This has not quite been the season that we had hoped for.
Nope. Just want to sit.
Oh, boy. We lost Judah. Judah, we got to finish the show.
Okay. So, I think Kentucky's going to have a good game, but we're going to have to stop Jack Fromer. And I think that Lynn Cohen's going to have a good game. And I think if Lynn Cohen can coach them really well, I think the offensive line can do really good and can hold for Devin Leary. So Devin Leary has time to either hand the ball off to Ray Davis, or he can throw the ball to this man right here, Dane Key, or Tavion, Barryon, wherever Dingle went. He probably could throw it to him. Might be out of bounds, but who cares? Anyways, I think the Cats are going to win. Upset. I'm not trying no more. Put the helmet on for the 12th song. Whoa. Let's go, Cats. Let's go, Cats.
Let's give them an L's down. There we go. Even though it's been a bit of a rough season for us, it's always good if we can finish it off by beating Louisville. And they're number 10 in the country.
Yeah.
That would be a great way to finish the season.
Hey, and if we lose, I can still laugh at them.
Why is that?
Because we hate them.
Well, that's true. We really don't like Louisville, and been a rough season for the Cats, but if we can pull this one off, it would help a little bit to ease our pain. Okay, the Iron Bowl, Alabama, Auburn, always a fun one. What do you see, bud?
Oh, yeah. As Dad said, it was always a fun one. Now, Auburn just came off a heartbreaking loss to New Mexico State.
Ooh.
That's really embarrassing. Talk about losing. Anyways, Alabama has improved their skills since the day they lost to Texas. The day they lost to Texas and the day they won against South Florida State. I think Alabama's going to end off and beat them in the Iron Bowl. It's not going to be the kick six or anything. No kick sixes. No. It's not going to be that. They're going to make the game-winning field goal this time. Okay, field goal kicker? Yeah. You better get your practice in.
All right, Judah's calling Alabama. I think you're probably right on this one. Auburn's had a rough year, and I'm not sure it's going to turn around here. Okay. Probably the biggest matchup today with rivalries that have the playoff implications. Michigan, Ohio State kicks off here in a few minutes. What do you see, Judah?
Well, this game has playoff applications. I think whoever loses will jump out. Washington and Florida State will move in. If Florida State loses, Oregon will move in. But I think this is going to be a big game. Kyle McCord and Marvin Harrison Jr. They're going to have to be the key players on the offense. If they don't connect, Michigan will get a big win. Now, as you said, I picked Penn State just because Jim Harbaugh is not on the sidelines. But Blake Corum absolutely rolled with Penn State. He didn't care that blood was all over his face. He did not care that the backup head coach was in. Blake Corum's going to have a game. Uncle Matt, shut off your TV right now. Go Michigan Wolverines!
Whoa.
Go Wolverines!
Judah's saying that Michigan's going to get a big one over Ohio State, even without their coach. It's going to be a crazy day of college football. Big rivalries, big matchups. You just heard a lot of big picks from Judah.
OHLs! Loser!
All right, Judah's calling them to lose the game. It's going to be a great week. Thanks for tuning in. We can't wait for the conference championships next week.
Yeah, I think those are going to be interesting. Alabama, Georgia, Washington, Oregon, Florida State, Louisville. Those are all going to be good games. See you next week. I went on the radio, but we could not record it, so watch the radio next week because I'm going to be on there longer. So, yay.
Go Cats.
Go Cats. Bye. I was down.